In today's episode of The Tenant, I'm in Bangalore. In Bangalore, I'm in Jakur, a location close to the airport. Our tenant today are two married men who shifted from Chennai into Bangalore. Why did they do that? What works and what doesn't? Let's meet them.
Hey Vishal,
Hi Mayuran.
how are you?
Very well. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. Thanks for coming.
My pleasure. Hi.
Hi, Vishal. Sabri.
Hi.
Nice meeting you.
So what is it?
Colleague of mine,
Kalyan. Okay.
a friend as well, yeah.
Okay. So how big is this apartment of yours?
So this is a 3 BHK house, close to about 1,900 plus square feet, and we both are living in here.
Okay. So what is it that gets two middle-aged men from Chennai to Bangalore?
Yeah, I think the story goes like this. Both of us have been working with a consulting firm for almost 17 years together. Then one fine day we thought, okay, why don't we explore a new city? The primary reason is that we felt that Bangalore and some of the bigger cities have better opportunities to have more client interactions, and it'll help in our career. That's how it started. And yeah, obviously we found this place and settled down, and we are still settling in, I would say.
Okay. So in Bangalore, why do you choose this location? Any particular reason that professional opportunities got you to Bangalore?
Yes.
Any particular reason for this location?
The primary reason is that being consultants, right, we do travel a lot. So we wanted a place which is close to the airport and something close to the office as well. So we thought this is the best place. This side to the airport we spend 40 minutes, and again for the office is around 35 to 40 minutes.
So you have a lot of places like supermarkets or any other restaurants. So you have everything close by.
So all conveniences in the neighborhood.
Absolutely.
Is it easy to, like, just when I see your house and I see both of you all, I tend to get back to my younger self as a bachelor. You both of you all are of course married, but right now you're sort of living the bachelor life.
I don't want to call it as a bachelor life. I'm sure.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's quite a different feeling, to be honest, right? So far we have been living in a family, right? And a lot of things were taken care of by the wives. So we didn't have to bother too much about what we eat, right? And whether our dresses are going to be ironed and everything is ready. But here I think everything starts from the scratch, right? I think we are thinking a lot to say that, okay, how do we manage day-to-day stuff? I think that's the key difference which I see. I still don't qualify that as a bachelor life.
Independent life.
Independent life. Let me put it that way.
Have you both started appreciating the role of household work a lot more after moving over here?
Sorry.
Absolutely, I would say. So this has always been the case. We have realized that they do work a lot than us. But now we really understand the on-ground situation, right?
Okay, so for this building apartment, what ticked the boxes? You chose this location. Why this project or this apartment? Any particular thing that caught your eye?
So one is it's new. It might be 6 to 8 months old. So you get a new property to stay. So you don't have too much maintenance work and other things to take care of. Second, I think the amenities. They have everything within, whether it's a gym, it's a swimming pool, a badminton court. So you have all the amenities. And the best part is there's a good walking space around. It's about like 10 to 12 acres or more than that. And it's with the nature, right? A lot of trees planted. So that makes a big difference.
Is it easy to shift on rent after being an owner for long? Like both of you all in Chennai, homeowners. Yeah. Now renters in Bangalore. Psychologically, does that make a big difference being a renter?
Yeah, I think at least it made became a big hurdle for me for some time, because this is the second time maybe I'm staying in a rented place. The first stint was very, very small, like 4 months when we were renovating the previous apartment I'm staying in Chennai. So it took some time to realize that, okay, whether I'm taking the right step. So in between there's a thinking whether we should buy an apartment, even if it is not so big like this, right? At least to have something, say, okay, it's my own property and stay there. But we thought, okay, let's take we are not sure how long we are going to stay in Bangalore. That's another thing, right? We thought, okay, let's start with the rentals thing. So somebody was super inclined to, after seeing some of the apartments here, he said, no, we should buy one.
Okay, that's fast.
Yeah.
He seems to be an instant decision maker.
I mean, rarely he makes such instance, but he was very particular.
Yeah, I feel like once it's your own property, there's a lot of comfort that you create. Definitely, the house owner here also has given all the comfort, but still, as a person, as you said, right, we have been owning a house in Chennai, and I've stayed in rent for a short time period as well. The comfort that you get when it's your own is much more, and you can go and do things, customize the apartment, do a lot of things in and around the apartment as well, or within the flat. Yeah.
So, what part of this house gets used the most by Mayur and Shabri? I know it's a work in progress home, and I think most tenants, even after 6 months, they keep telling me it's a work in progress. So it's perpetually at that stage. Yeah. For you guys, so far, where do you all spend most of your time?
So I think this is the place, this table, because I think this is the kind of only furniture we have at this point in time. So most of the time when we work, we sit here. Even our dinners and lunches takes place here. Yeah,
how about the balcony? Is that used a lot?
Yeah.
Balcony,
we don't sit there.
Yeah.
As such, but typically there's good ventilation here.
Okay.
So just to get a fresh air, might be we just go and stand there for some time. Mornings I use it for some small yoga sessions. So
yeah, Sabri does all his stretching
exercises here.
Okay, and this will be one of your 3 bedrooms.
Yes.
So tell me, could you have done with a 2 BHK apartment as well, or you wanted only a 3 BHK?
No, that is the initial thinking. We thought 2 BHK would be sufficient for us since both of us, it was only us, right? Then we realized that if the family comes, right, especially we have kids, so we thought it would be better to have another room for them. I'm sure that a lot of friends are going to visit us, so this will be beneficial to have an additional room.
Is it easy getting an apartment as a family person who is positioned almost as bachelors when they're renting a home? Both of you are of course married with families, but right now when you're in Bangalore searching for apartments without wives, without kids, does the search become tougher? Do landlords and brokers perceive you differently?
I would say yes and a no. Because majority of the people or the apartments that we saw, the first question was, are you going to stay, or is it like one of your families is going to come in? So we said it's kind of going to be a mix. We both are going to be the primary tenants of this, and our families will keep visiting us. Some of them were okay. Some of them they were not very comfortable as such, because they need some trust, right? So and it takes some time.
So in fact, one of the brokers said not to talk about it. So don't mention about it, saying that you're going to stay. Say it's a family thing, right? But what we felt is that it's better to kind of be transparent. I spoke to the owner and told, okay, this is a scenario. The family will come once in a while, but large part of time we are going to be there. But I think this owner was very nice that way. So when we told him, he said, I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I mean, as long as you take care of this property as your own house, everything is fine.
That was only requirement he had.
What's the biggest strength of staying as a bachelor/independent person than staying with family?
So you don't have to do the homework, whatever you're supposed to do there.
Okay. The household work is taken care
No, I mean, it's a different kind of work you're doing here, right? I mean, this is like setting up things from scratch. I mean, as I told earlier, I mean, I didn't think it's going to be so difficult, but it has become a little difficult, to be honest.
Is managing the home tougher than consulting?
Looks like.
Yeah, it looks like that.
I mean, somebody asked me this question, okay, since we have joined new to another firm, right? How are you settling in? So my response was that, see, I'm settling well in the work, but in the house part, I'm still kind of struggling to settle down.
The work timings are typically 12 to 14 hours, or 10, minimum is 10 to 12 hours, right? So when you come back home, it's more peaceful if somebody is there to help you out, to serve food, to cook food for you. And also the mental support that you get when you have the family around, that's a big difference, which we don't get, and we kind of support each other for now. That's yeah.
Okay. So this is the first bedroom. This is the one that's a guest bedroom without an attached bathroom. All these things have come with the apartment? Or
Yes,
with the apartment?
yes.
Okay. You wanted something which was semi-furnished, or you would have been okay with a completely empty home?
So we were looking for a furnished one.
Fully furnished.
Fully furnished one. So we had some options, but it was definitely beyond our budget. Then we thought, okay, well, let's go with a semi-furnished one. And I would say this is fairly well furnished. I mean, what are the bare minimum things we would expect in an apartment is there. Definitely wouldn't have appreciated one which is not at all furnished.
And the other challenge we also heard from our colleagues is like, our colleagues and friends is like, if you get a furnished home, you need to give it back exactly like that, right? But we don't know the quality of products that comes along. So, and I don't know, like we don't know whether we can give it back in the exact same shape and size, right? Because if you're going to use certain things, obviously there is a wear and tear, etc. So that's another challenge.
How much is the rental you're paying here?
So we are paying around 62K.
62,000. And this is inclusive of everything?
Inclusive.
Including the maintenance as well.
And how long is your contract? And
11 months.
And deposit, which is here? Are you also in that warp territory, which I've seen some people say, I'm paying a deposit of 11 months, 12 months?
There's 5 months. Yeah, it's in a 5 to 6 months. Yeah.
Okay, this covers then your first guest bedroom. Up ahead will be your other 2 bedrooms.
Bedrooms.
What was the biggest parameter inside the house that you guys were looking for while finalizing this apartment? Was it the bedroom size, the living room size, the kitchen size, anything like that you had?
I think the overall space, we wanted something spacious. I mean, while we might have got a 3-bedroom apartment which is lesser than this in size. So we thought after seeing this, this is always a better one because it's quite spacious, right? All the bedrooms are bigger. I mean, if you notice the master bedroom, it's quite big. And I really don't know how to use the entire space now.
Okay.
One mandatory thing which I had in mind was having an attached toilet, because especially if family comes in, it's pretty useful. And an open window, which is ventilation and for fresh air.
So this is the work in progress that's happening, the bed and all.
That's correct. The cots we have ordered the cots and it's on the way.
Any particular strategy for selection? Given both of you are consultants, you all approach everything, I'm guessing in a data-backed way and a lot of filtering. Any particular?
I think we are going with the experience with some of the furnishers we have seen. So Sabri used to procure from a place in Kerala. So, I mean, they make teakwood stuff at a reasonable cost. So we ordered from there, sofa plus the 2 cots as of now.
And the sofas as well.
And the sofas as well.
Yeah. So typically it's like a multi-vendor approach. You have a lot of vendors in Bangalore itself, right? But we didn't want to stick only to them. So we did order the mattress from one of the vendor. Now the cots from a different vendor. So it's like just mixing it up.
Is it easy to adapt to apartment life from single home life? Presumably Chennai does not have too many tall towers. People live in independent homes. Are you guys from that background?
Yeah, so I think both of us, I mean, I think Sabari's apartment is slightly a bigger one. So in where I am living in Chennai, it's only 6 apartments, 6 houses in that particular thing. So we don't have any amenities. We don't have any, I mean, some of the features which you see here, right? So that kind of excites us. Like we mentioned, right, the kind of, the facilities here really excites us to kind of stay here. I'm sure the kids, when they come, they'll also enjoy this, whatever we are enjoying now.
What is the reaction of your family when you all were telling that you all want to embark on this step of leaving hometown for a new city at this age?
So luckily, I think the reason is primarily the growth in the professional part, right? So families were quite supportive. I mean, definitely, I'm sure that they are kind of missing the support, the limited support we used to provide when we were there. But I think both sides of families like, go ahead and see what is there.
In terms of traffic, you guys use your personal transport, your take the public connectivity. What's your game like?
So I think the options from here is quite limited. So we are having our own vehicles to go to office or commute across the city. Yeah, so the traffic is one thing which was kind of which was a mind block for us before thinking about coming to Bangalore. But I'm sure that we are getting used to it now. I mean, some days are really bad. You get really frustrated sitting in the car for hours together to go 5-6 kilometers.
Do you drive yourself or you have a car?
Yeah, I drive myself. Both of us we are.
Is Bangalore traffic as bad as it's made out to be? Sitting in Mumbai, I used to read a lot about it, and whenever I come here, perhaps my expectations have been lowered to the point where everything works, maybe. Yeah. But in my limited experience, I don't find it as bad as people make it out to be.
So it is not as bad as Mumbai. I'm sure that Mumbai is worse than that. So what is that we have seen as a difference, right? I mean, coming from Chennai, some part of Chennai has big traffic. I mean, there'll be always, during the peak hours, there'll be blocked. But after pandemic, Chennai also became very congested, right? So that way, I don't see a big difference here.
Okay, so this bedroom done. This has an attached bathroom. And this will be the grand master bedroom.
Yes.
This is good size.
It's quite big actually.
Were you Guys, okay with the color of these walls? This is one of those colors which is, it's not neutral.
Yeah.
Okay. You actually need some degree of taste for it on either side. Was it, did you like it, or you're agnostic in a way?
So I'm currently occupying this room. I mean, to be honest, I didn't notice too much about the color. Okay. I mean, as you rightly said, it can give a little bit of dull look to the entire room, right? But at least considering the weather we have here, this helps in a way. Right? It's not too bright. But if you see the other two rooms, right, that's a direct sunlight, which makes the entire thing more brighter and warmer.
This thing has sort of like the Batman color, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so this bedroom, the master bed which you said you occupy, the bed's on their way. How soon do you think you guys will be able to completely do the house?
In another week to 10 days max.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah. If they deliver the goods on the right time.
How easy is it to deal with the labor doing such tasks? Given that I'm guessing this must have been one of the few times you'll have done it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Is it easy? Is that a different ballgame altogether?
I would say one of the key things here is there's a lot of competition in this market, right? So if there is not one person who is not responding, you can always go and fall back on the other option. So that we found like might be people are much faster. That's a good thing actually, because might be in Kerala, I had challenges where you need to depend on one guy to do for an electrician work or one plumber to do a plumbing work. But here I think those challenges are not there.
But in Kerala, you were like almost dealing with a monopoly situation. You had to deal with
Yes, and to get them to our houses, it might take say 3 days, 4 days. So even if there is an emergency situation, sometimes they don't react in an hour or might be 2 hours. Here we can always fall back. You have fallback options.
So how long does it take over here? Like you said Kerala 3 to 4 days. Here how long does it take?
Might be an hour or maximum 2.
Yeah, some of things get
some of the things get sorted.
You said you spent some time in Kerala. Between Kerala, Chennai, Bangalore. What's your preference at this point in order of liking?
So there are 2 scales I will put in, if that's okay. So one of it's more professional life and the exposure that you get, then Bangalore, Chennai, Kerala. Okay. If it's going to be have a peaceful living and might be a non-polluted environment, then it's going to be Kerala, Chennai, Bangalore. So that's how I will.
How about you, Mayuran? Between Chennai and Bangalore? It's early days, I know, but what's your pick?
So I would say, I mean, at present, I would say definitely Chennai.
On that note, Mayuran, Sabri, thank you for coming on the Tenant.
Thanks, Vishal.
Sure. Fascinating
Thanks,
journey.
Vishal.
Part-time family life, part-time bachelor/independent life. Good luck for both of them.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for calling that out. Thank you.
Time for the report card. This is a 3 BHK apartment in a large gated community. Location, this is Jakur, a neighborhood close to the airport, as well as select tech parks like Manita Tech Park. It has basic conveniences around, but doesn't have too much of a nightlife environment. Connectivity, no metro or rail connectivity. Road transport is essential. All in all, if you're a person that has worked in around the airport side as well as these tech parks, has private transport at their disposal, has more than a modest budget, this is a sort of location and project that can be considered. Are you looking for the perfect home? Stop looking around, scan the QR code and explore from thousands of rental properties, read resident reviews and make an informed decision with 99acres.com.